scoot over. No meltdown. We're good on that front. All right. All right. I think we're ready. God, there's a stupid advertisement on ESPN. It's the most distracting thing I've ever seen. Uh, okay. Yeah. What up, Suns fans? The Suns now fall to 15 and 18, losing 4 games straight. We're on a 4 game losing streak. This time to the Indiana Pacers. Final score: Indiana Pacers 126, Phoenix Suns 108. Man, what else is there to say about this? But I guess we'll talk about it all more in just a few seconds.
Kevin Durant delivers. Gorgeous move for Bradley Beal.
Personally, I feel like that brother needed help.
Devin Booker with the clutch three.
I um I kind of look at that intro. I'm like, man, where did it go all wrong? That's we had it good. We had it good, Suns fans. It was a good run. It was a nice effort, but it's over now. I'm already dooming because I've said it before, but I follow the Suns Reddit because apparently I'm a masochist and I hate and I love pain. Apparently, it's just so depressing there, dude. This game will really look. This game looks like a murder if you go on the Suns Reddit. Uh, it's it's a different town there, dude. Holy crud. Um, but that's all to say. Happy New Year's. I'm kind of late saying that, even though we're 4 days into the new year. But new year, new same suns, as I have put in my title. As we're still dealing with the same situations here, as this Suns team continues its long trudge into January. We just kind of have to get over this little road trip rut. Um, I knew the later half of December was always going to be tough because of all the Western Conference opponents. We should have had the Suns should have done better in my mind, but they didn't. And that's on my fault for putting my faith in the Suns just like that. But I didn't expect them to drop the ball this bad. Um, but I mean, so our next game, we're just gonna get right into it. Our next game is Philly. I am heavily dreading that game, dude. That Philly has their big three, man. Oh no. And then I mean, after that, after Philly is what I'm mainly looking at because we have a stretch of games where it's against easier opponents. All right, we face Charlotte; they're without their big guys. Washington, Utah, Atlanta's the scary one, but I mean they should they should handle that one. But I mean, if you just haven't been watching the Suns lately, it is quite frankly depressing. So let's just get into this. The Suns continue having most of their problems. I've stated many times on the show that defense is always the issue, and it has been one ever since the Suns started this season. It's just become more prevalent during the course of this game as turnovers continue to be a problem. I mean, Indiana is a pretty fast team. They're really cohesive in the way they play, and they're really aggressive in the way they play also. So they're just really able to always tire you out, run circles around you, and basically outpace you in everything. And that's what happened to the Suns tonight. As even though the Suns had a efficient night, just looking at the stats, um, for most of the game, the Suns were shooting 50% from both the field and from 3 point. But yet the Pacers in that third quarter still had like a 10-point lead, and as we ended this game, the Pacers had an 18-point lead, and the Suns lost by 18. And that's just quite simply because the Suns couldn't couldn't match couldn't match their speed. Even though the Pacers really shot worse this game by comparison to the Suns, they still had about, I believe, what, um 19 more shots. Doing the quick maths here, actually 18 more shots than the Suns, and that's just off of offensive rebounds or the turnovers or blocks. It's all of that and more. So they were shooting worse, but they had the more shots, and that continued make giving them the lead, even though the Suns were being really efficient out there and pretty much going shot for shot with them. Another factor that the Suns were running into is that defense. I say it again, and I'll go more into it here. Is that defense is the biggest issue, and more so, this the defense tonight was just not being able to foul them, as the Suns really set the Pacers to the free throw line a lot tonight. They had 21 free throws out there, and they made 19, and that is quite a big free throw disparity. Suns actually did end up tying the Pacers in free throws, but I'm pretty sure that that changed somewhere in the third to fourth quarter. But for most of this game, Indiana ruled the free throws. Um, they weren't shooting the best, but they just continued having more shots. Their three ball, they were pretty cold to start the first half. But that three ball eventually caught up with them in that third quarter, and that was a 40-point third quarter. So Suns just could never get a stop, just turnovers, and it's the more you look at it, I think the biggest problem I think they should really start focusing on here is just like screens. I don't know if you guys notice it too, but if you look at the gameplay here, the Suns are getting trapped in screens a lot. Really, it's a thing where if you just set up a screen, like a good screen, the Suns are just instantly blocked because one, we don't have enough players to either fight over it or have the energy to fight over it, or two, be able to smoothly navigate it quick enough. Uh, those are the two key words here: speed and it's just aggressiveness to fight over screens, and that usually leads to a free point on the other side. As a lot of the offense of Pacers, they really just set a screen and it's an open three for them, and or it's just that team passing that eventually leads gives the man the open ball. It is quite frustrating to watch and is a large reason to why the Suns are not that great on defense. It's just the fact that they get stuck on the ball every time and they can't fight over it. And that's why players tonight, we'll start getting into players now, individual player performances. That's why players like Josh Okogie and Ryan Dunn have been really making a difference for this team and seen like really bits of fresh air for this team because they're young. Well, I actually don't know how young Josh Okogie is, but I mean they hustle and they're aggressive and they fight over those screens, whether for the good or worse. And they just breathe new life that this team desperately needs on fighting over screens to get pivotal stops. But even with nights like this, they still struggle to be to help the team a lot more. Ryan Dunn, who got another start for the Suns, looked great. I love me some Ryan Dunn. 13 points out there, 4 rebounds, a block, and you just gotta love him for his defense. We've been saying this for a while now, and Josh Okogie joins him there too with 6 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and just overall helping out immensely on defense. Okay, uh, and then another problem that the Suns had quite big was a quite big problem for tonight is injuries. I don't know if you guys saw the injury report for tonight's game, but apparently there was like a last minute flu that hit the Suns as Tyus Jones missed his first game as a Sun with illness, and so did our other rookie Oso Iguodaro. So they were both sidelined for this game. That news came out pretty recently, like just a couple minutes, like 30 minutes before the game. So it was pretty recent, and yeah, that it made this even a worse situation because now the Suns, who are already not that deep, they now have to dig deeper. Yusuf Nurkic still suffering, still serving uh, his league suspension, which this should be the last game, so he should be back with us for Philly. Um, and then Oso is out because he is sick. So that left only one person, and that's Mason Plumlee. And this has been a developing issue for the Suns, but this game just is another point into why the Suns center rotation stinks. It absolutely sucks out there. Mason Plumlee, he has his moments, but he's just generally too slow, and he not aggressive, uh, not aggressive enough. And not just a general rebounder, and can't move his feet well enough to attack the paint effectively and be a real rim threat in a paint menace. Neither is he a shot blocker. So it's those kind of things that he's kind of really average in, I guess by some accounts, but some nights he looks really below average. Um, But every time Mason Plumlee, that's all to say that Mason Plumlee, every time he stepped out there, he looked really bad. And the Suns as a whole looked really bad because we need a threat in the paint to have our guys open on the arc. Okay. The Suns are a good 3 point shooting team. We didn't get that much threes up tonight, and that's a big problem. Um, but we just need a threat down low. So it was a major part of the injuries that played a part in us having literally forced into trying something new. And when I say we, I mean Frank, or not Frank Vogel, different coach, different time. I'm still in the past. Mike Boltonhoser, as he had to switch things up. So Mason Plumlee clearly not the answer. He had 4 points, minus 15 out there. He had 5 rebounds. But most of the minutes of center rotation tonight went towards Kevin Durant. I'm wearing his jersey. Say what you want about the guy. He's undoubtedly the MVP of this team, and he continues to show it tonight. He does these things, right? And if you watch this game, you already know what I'm going to talk about. But he does this thing. He has his dumb passes. He had 5 turnovers tonight. Definitely not helping the Suns turnover case, especially when most plays the offense runs through him. So him turning over the ball constantly is never a good thing. But I mean, KD still looks really good. Um, he just remains our really greatest defender on this team, and also best offensive player. I don't really know the term for offensive scorer. Scorer would be the one. He remains to me the best player on this team is KD. Um, as KD put up once again another team high efficient 25 points. And he's actually been doing this for a while now. Looking at the numbers, what, one, two, three, six, nine, 8 games now, he has led the Suns in scoring. So it's another efficient night for the big 35. Is he 35 now? I saw information that's on the Google because I had to search him up tonight. Uh, he may be 36. Is the guy 36 now? Uh, I actually don't know. He's 36. Oh crap. All right, my bad. Um, but just another great night for KD. I mean, he is this team's MVP. It's it just goes to show that the Suns center rotation really sucks. The fact that KD has to play center and we looked really good with KD at center. Uh, I mean, if we just even in a dream scenario, if we had like a mobile stretch center, like you know the trendy ones, like if we had a Wemby on this team, oh baby, oh baby, we'd be cooking. But unfortunately, we do not live in fantasy land, and we have a KD, and it's that was kind of the big issue surrounding this half. The Suns did keep it close the first half with KD as center. Um, as I believe Indiana Pacers actually ran into injury issues as Miles Turner, who I did not see, he went out apparently for like a hot second before he returned in the second quarter and absolutely demolished us. Um, KD was able to rule that time, and it looked good. The Suns looked good. Just let's get a better center, please. Hopefully, Oso can develop into that later on. Um, but as of right now, we're in this situation and where KD is a better center than all of our centers combined. So very big issue and definitely a collapse in just the kind of team general management again once a year. I mean, we kind of saw this again last year when remember, okay, if you saw the Suns last year, uh you remember Utah Watanabe, you remember Jordan Goodwin, you remember Keita Bates Diop, you remember all those good guys. um They were all brought in high prospects that the Suns were going to gamble on, as they all had like pretty good seasons before that. And then they flopped. They all flopped on the Suns. That was it was really bad. And then we all traded for Royce O'Neal, so it kind of worked out in the end. But I mean, just another year of where our free agents don't really work out. It looked promising with Mason Plumlee coming and Monte Morris and Tyus Jones. Tyus Jones and Monte Morris have been great pickups. Monte Morris, though, not Monte Morris, Mason Plumlee is a question in on himself. So that's on the front office. Another year of bad luck with our free agents. So KD had his nice night. I bet you didn't even know that this was another game for the big three all put together. Um, as Bradley Beal, who we thought might miss some time New Year's, he luckily came back and he dropped 8 points and he was 3 of 12 from the field. It's nuts like this where I regret saying, "Oh yeah, the big three can still work." Yeah, well now look who's the laughing stock. Look who's the laughing stock now. God, Bradley Bill. Oh man, dude, it's Bradley Bill's such a tough story. I mean, take it away. I guess he can't take away the basketball, but I mean, what I mean by that is just like he wants to play basketball. He's tried so hard from everything I've seen from him. I genuinely believe him. I take his word that he wants to play basketball. And like he's so energetic out there when he's on and like he I see what the hype is about. But the guy's aging and he's made of glass and he's just always it's frustrating to watch as a Suns fan, especially for the chapter, the book that is Bradley Bill, as he's really now transitioned into the aging star. Um, a star is stretching the term I would use to describe Bradley Bill heavily at this point. Um, but Bill, he showed the effort tonight, but like, dude, that ball would not go in the rim for him. That kept he kept tiptoeing like out of the rim anytime he shot it. And it wasn't just Bradley Bill. That was heavily into Devin Booker as well. But I mean, it was especially worse for Bradley Bill. And the language, the body language. I'm not that much of a skeptic, right? I don't want to get into like, oh, you could tell by his body language that Bradley Bill doesn't want to be here. Like, I don't want to be like one of those guys because we truly don't know what he's thinking out there. We just really never know the question into that. But his body language, he's just gone on to kind of do this posture where he's always kind of like slumped over now. And he's always has his head down. Like, dude, it's 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 not it's not the greatest look for Bradley Beal. Um, and I definitely don't think it's even any better that like Bradley Bill has probably heard of all the trade rumors, and he's probably seen the fair share of what Suns fans think of him on Twitter because I think he has Twitter. He has Twitter. So tough story for Brad Bill. But I mean, also, dude, get your act together, dude. He was 2 of 3 from three, so that's pretty cool. Devin Booker, 20 points. He struggled to get to that 20 points a lot. He had to really fight for that. But 9 assists, 8 rebounds, and okay. I forgot to mention this. Um, since this is the first game that Tyus Jones missed, we did not start Monte Morris as our starting lineup was the Book and Beal point guard. It's back. We had to experience that. Point Book is now back. We tried it back. We tried it for a game again. He almost had a triple double. Looking at the stats, dude. 9 assists, 8 rebounds. I already said this. Um, yeah, I mean, not a bad night from Book when you're looking at the stats, but I mean, he was pretty silent. I'd say for most of the night, a quiet 20 points, um, which is rough because considering the last time Book was in Indiana and had his what is it like 56 point game? I'm forgetting the numbers, dude. So that's the starting lineup. I will get into the bench now. There's a specific person I want to talk about here, but I'll hold off on him for a second. Monte Morris, I'll talk about him for a second. 12 points. He's really started to turn around. I don't think he's had that much scoring opportunities. Um, each time he steps out on the floor, I haven't really been paying much attention to him, but he's been looking good in these past couple of games. So really great night from Monte Morris. It's just again, he's really short and like it hurts our offense or defense, I should say. Um, as every play he kept getting switched on to Miles Turner, and it's the same thing over and over again. Grayson Allen made his triumphant return. Funny enough, Grayson Allen got injured against the last time we played Indiana with a concussion, and he went under concussion protocol. And now his first game back is against Indiana. So luckily this time he didn't get injured, but boy, do we miss that 13 points. Um, 13 points is 13 points, man. He was 5 of 10, 3 of 7 from 3. So, we just generally missed his rebounding and stuff. I really don't have much to say about these two other than, I'm glad for the effort. They could have been much worse. Um, hopefully, they're upping their trade value if we do trade Grayson Allen. Um, that would be awesome. And yeah, there's no one else to really talk about from the bench other than freaking Bobo. So Bobo got an opportunity tonight. And let me say, Bobo destroyed. He dominated that first half. It's been a while since we've seen a good Bobo game, I'll admit. Uh, uh, I've been a little lenient on the guy as this year I am on the roller coaster. I got on last year, and so far the roller coaster has been off to a slow start this year. He's been less aggressive on offense, and generally he's just kind of he's not that aware on defense, even though he has all the ingredients, the basis to play great defense. He doesn't play that great defense. He's actually more of a defensive liability every time he's out there. And I hate to say that because I love me some Bol. I want him to succeed, just like everyone here in Phoenix. The roller coaster needs to open again because it's the only fun us Suns fans get to have during this dark time. Um, but I hope we'll see more of Bol and he can improve more because my God, that first half that he came in during like the second quarter, I believe. 5 points. That is the most crucial 5 points anyone has ever scored. All right. He had a rebound and he had 2 blocks. MVP. I'm joking. I'm joking, of course. And then definitely, I mean, we didn't get to see him until like the fourth quarter again. That fourth quarter, we will scratch from the records as you know, had he was pretty much a defensive liability. Um, but that first half, I mean, come on, MVP, MVP. So, yeah, that's about the Suns. That's the Suns. New year, same Suns. Turnovers, defense, all the thingamajigs. Suns get embarrassed. What is new? Um, Actually, you know what is new is now the Suns fall 3 games under 500, and we are now worse than the Sacramento Kings. We are now second. We are now the 12th seed, and even deeper into the elimination category over the struggling Sacramento Kings. Yeah, uh, the Suns are now with a 4-game losing streak. They are 3-7 in their last 10 games. Um, yeah, that's all I need to say about that. I think you get the picture. Um, I guess we'll start to close out here as our next game will be against Philadelphia and their big three. I'm scared about that. If the Suns can't stop a Miles Turner, what are they going to do against the flopping Embiid? We will see. And I will probably come up onto this stream next time actively crying because the Suns will have lost 5 straight by then. I hate to be a doomer, but there's nothing you can really do about it. We're just Suns fans at the end of the day. So that will be Monday, the 6th, January 6th, and 5 p.m. All these early games, early for Phoenix. So yeah, hope you have a good day. Do not go into the Suns Reddit rabbit hole, please. That it is depressing as it gets. Um, and yeah, the Suns are pretty bad. So hopefully that will change somehow. So we'll end it there. That's it for me. I'm done talking about this team. If you like this content, please subscribe, like, and comment. It all helps. We had a few people in chat today that I didn't get to acknowledge. Sorry. Um, it's just the kind of Suns mood that I'm in. Yay! Suns lose. All right. I'll see you. We'll see you Monday when the Suns take on the Philadelphia 76ers. All right. We'll see you then. Adios. This is all.